Hi, this is John with The Evolving World. Today I'm doing a video on expanding the cargo capacity of a Fiat 500e. So we're starting in the back here. We have this false floor right here. It varies from the regular Fiat 500. So we have like this little bit of capacity back here. We have like a little tire inflator. And maybe a toolkit, and then the charger, which is right where that brochure is at. But I don't really need this space for that use, since the charger's on the wall, and it just seems really odd that they did this whole thing right here. Because I mean, I tried to insert a shot here of the regular 500. It's about 5.5 inches of just big old box right here, and I was looking at it, and like, you know, there's all this space right here not being used. I mean, even if you did use this space, you still have all these nooks and crannies over here that are not being used. So yeah, and interesting, if you look underneath the car here too, this whole thing down here is basically open and flat, as you can tell. So the battery's not intruding, and there's no wires going in there. So my theory is that this is just a kind of a poorly designed use of space here. You tried to kind of clean it up and everything, but then you lose a bunch of capacity. Like, I mean, that's probably like 3 cubic feet right there, my estimate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if we can tear this box out. You know, it's not gonna be that much weight savings, and I think what I could do with this tire inflator is just simply put it off to the side, maybe strap it to the side here or something. Actually, probably on this side to make the even weight distribution. This side's like the lightest corner of the car. Voila! I knew it. There's absolutely nothing in here. Just a big hollow space. 5.5 inches of, look at all this. Look at all this wasted space right here, man. This piece just kind of just comes right out. Look at all that wasted space. In a car this small, you really don't need a waste of space. The last thing you need is... Because the car is actually really efficient. I'm actually very impressed with this car. I mean, it's actually a very well-built car. I'm actually very impressed. However, for the 500e, that was the dumbest thing they've ever done ever. I think it's just that they have a place to put the charger and then the tire inflator kit. So the tire inflator kit actually goes underneath the front seat on the regular 500. Now this one, because of the battery protruding into the space, it's not back here, but anyway, so I'm going to just kind of bolt it to the side here, I think, somewhere, maybe strap it down, and then that'll be that. So that's probably about 3 cubic feet right there, additional storage now. Oh, and the only thing that's holding it in place is these guys right here. 10 millimeter, all you need is a 10 millimeter socket. 4 of those, have little dust covers on them. Pull the dust covers off, put it down, boom, 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 and you're done. Instant fix. So the only thing that would have to be done to finish this area would be just put some, maybe like factory carpeting down here. The same material that's already here, like just off of a gas car. Put that mat down right here, and then that would actually finish this area nicely. If you just want to increase the cargo area and keep the back seats. Of course, what we're going to do is we're going to take the back seats out. Stage 2 here of the whole process. Alright, so it's pretty easy taking the back seats out. You just need a 13 millimeter right here for the center. And then a 16 millimeter for these ends over here. 5 bolts total to get the backrest out. Just 1 in the center and 2 on each side. Helps to have a little compact wrench here. We can actually do it right here. Why not? Very simple. And that is it. Out we go. The bottom cushion out, that was actually just held in place with gravity. So that came right out. As you can see, we now have a humongous amount of room back here. massive. So what we have here is battery access port. Get that open here. I think this is the emergency pull plug, disconnect the battery. So it's certainly easier to get to in case of an emergency. It already has a cover on it, so that's good. So I think we can kind of just put that back in here and leave that the way it is. I'm thinking like maybe put some carpeting down here or something, or something simple like that. If we get some maybe some sound deadening material and then some carpet on top of there or something like that. Even this guy out, you know. Or actually, there's really not that much. It's actually pretty flat. I might just take that existing carpet right there, these existing backseat pads, stick that down here, and that's my sound deadening right there, and then just put like another layer of carpet on top of that. We might be done. Minus taking this guy out right here. We definitely need to take this thing out here, this center post. Looks like we got some Torx screws, bolts, and maybe like it looks like another 16 right there. So yeah, we'll take that out next. Okay, so we got the centerpiece out. That required a T50 Torx bit and a breaker bar, which is what I used right here, that chrome thing, because it was in there pretty good. It was torqued down to like a wheel nut. So what I've done now is I took this back panel off over here, kind of moved this other panel right here out of the way, and now we're going to take these seat belts out, and we should be able to put all the panels back together again. Put a carpet on the bottom here. This is how it looks before, and this is underway right here. Okay, so this side's all back together. Yeah, those T5 or those T50 bolts are a real pain in the butt. I mean, you definitely need this guy right here. You need a serious breaker bar to get those bolts off. I mean, they are torqued down hard. I mean, it's like they got like thread lock on it, everything. Real pain in the butt to get them off. But anyway, they do come out. And so on this side now, it's kind of interesting here. We have some sort of already loosened it up. I'm not sure if this is a amplifier or some sort of data recorder, maybe crash data recorder. That's probably an amplifier, I would think. Looks like we can just unbolt this. I might be able to stick it behind here because that's where the seat belt is located. So I might be able to relocate that out behind that panel right there, which would be nice and convenient. As you can see, the floor is actually pretty smooth back here. It's actually about 38 inches wide by about 4 feet deep. So it's actually rather massive, actually. Quite a difference from what was there before. You could probably stick a whole kitchen from IKEA in back here now, or a whole living room. As long as you got something flat folded. Now there's some other things I've done temporarily here. There's some holes back here. I just kind of left them. I just kind of duct taped over them for now. That's actually where the battery is right there. And back here there was a couple holes back here. I just put some duct tape on it for now. That's not the permanent fix, but should seal everything off for now. I'll figure about something a little bit more permanent as time goes on. And this thing, this amplifier thing over here, I still think I could relocate it up over here somewhere, because there's room. But for now, I'm just leaving it alone. I had enough fun today. Yeah, so here's back with the this sound deadening material that they got back here, and those are the floor mats from the back seat area that's over there. Just move those back on there. This is actually a reshoot. I lost some footage, so I'm going to try to recap everything in one take. So this is all finished. Basically what I did is I took some caulking and filled the holes And then I put some 80 mil Dynamat type material down on all the hole locations. But I'm not going to tear all this apart again because it's all done. But this is what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. Like I said, this is a reshoot, so unfortunately I lost some footage. But I will recap a couple things. One thing as I was putting the carpeting down, I found these funky little storage bins are actually just false floor. And these are actually located right here. And what I ended up doing is putting the same carpeting, taking these out. It's actually a pretty significant little space right here. It's just to keep the floor flat in the back. Personally, I would much rather have the space and have it be an uneven floor. Even if I was sitting back here, it'd be nice to have a little bit more footroom. But Chrysler Fiat decided to do it this way, so they put these storage bins, and these things kind of come right out. I was quite shocked in the first take of this video. It was kind of funny as I found these things. I was quite shocked and just I'm still kind of amazed by some of the things they did in this car. It's very, very weird. It's a good name for that panel. But yeah, they actually have this little thing right here. And this actually goes right in here. So that's where it originally, which, you know, I don't know why they did that. I mean, it's just to keep that floor flat, I guess. They didn't mind losing all that square footage, adding about 3 pounds to the car in order to save a flat floor space back here. So anyway, this is what it looks like from the inside. Oh yeah, let me recap before this is kind of out of order here. But this is the stuff I used. So what I did is I took that duct tape off, and then I used this stuff, 80 mil. It's like a nice thick sound deadening material, very similar to what's on the car, except it has a silver face to it instead. You just peel and stick, press it down. I had quite a lot of extra bit of it. I only needed about 1 linear feet to do what I did. And this is the carpeting I ended up using. Scorpion automotive carpeting. 40 inches is actually perfect width. I needed about 50 inches of that, or about 4x4. And that was enough to do the carpeting in the back here, all the way across. As you can kind of see, I tucked it down. Just kind of laid it on top of that matting that was already in there, and then the original mats are underneath this as well. And I took a little pieces, I put that foil stuff, that sound deadening, on all those holes where the seat was mounted at, and then I put a little piece of carpet on top of it. So it all kind of, I think it all blends together really nicely. Kind of matches the theme back here, black and charcoal. So I suppose if you got this carpeting in charcoal, it would match the carpet here better, but then it wouldn't match the panels back here. So it's one or the other. I think it all looks pretty good, looks pretty clean. I like it a lot. It all matches pretty nicely. Huge amount of space. So as far as the weight that we took off, it turned out to be 71 pounds. And then we put about 2 pounds back in. Yes, only 2 pounds is how much this carpeting weighed, including the sound deadening. Very, very little. And then I had some old dishwasher insulating wrap from an old dishwasher that I replaced. And what I did is I stuck some of that type of stuff in like these nooks and crannies. And in the back here, I tucked in some of that stuff there. Like it's similar to like carpet padding, if you have some old carpet padding. So I kind of stuffed that underneath this to try to kill some of the sound. But otherwise, it's just, this carpeting is just placed down on top of everything. So it kind of neatens everything up, and it's all completely removable. Nothing is, it's all gravity holding it in place. I'm not gonna, if it shifts around, I'll glue it, but I think for now I'm gonna just leave it flat. And like I said before, you only have to cut it one time. It's 40 inches basically. So you end up with about 1 inch curl on each side. I just tuck this underneath here, and I basically tucked it all down underneath the existing trim panel. It fits perfectly. You just need to get it the right length there, about 40, what was it, 48, 50 inches or so. So it ends up being about a 4-foot piece. I got 15, so I got enough to do a couple more cars if I need to, but this is kind of what it looks like down here. But yeah, it's pretty cool. 71 pounds out, 60 or 2 pounds back in. That means the car's weight is now 2984. And yeah, I've been driving it a few days now. And I've been liking it. It's not quite as quiet as it was originally. So I might want to try to put a few more, maybe kind of put some more sound deadening behind these panels by the wheel wells. That's where most of it's probably coming in from. But it's not bad though. Not as bad as any other car that I've took the back seats out on before. This one's better. So it's actually not too bad at all. So yeah, that's it right there. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And many more to come.